All right, let's dive in. Preseason game tomorrow night. It's obvious that Deshaun Watson's going to be the starter. That was announced earlier this week. That was held like gold in Fort Knox.
Yeah.
What that decision was going to be. I didn't really fully understand that. Why it was. There was too much drama to it. And I thought that Monken was going to come in here and eliminate drama. He said he wanted the starting quarterback by training camp, and then he built up all this mystery around who the starting quarterback was going to be for the first preseason game. I know, I'm just not going to tell you. And then we finally find out that it's going to be Deshaun Watson. G. Bush, we'll start with you. What are you expecting from Deshaun Watson tomorrow night in Chicago?
Man, from Deshaun Watson, is it weird that I'm not gonna say excitement, but it's this intrigue, right? Intrigue is the right word because people clip it up like he's excited about. That's a great thumbnail too. G. Bush is excited about seeing Deshaun Watson. If you want a bunch of clicks, if that's what you want to do, McNuggets, don't do that. But here's the thing: the intrigue is like this. It's like I realize that I haven't even seen this dude play but a handful of games. So it's like when you say, what do you expect? I don't know because I didn't know what to expect when he was playing regularly. Right. Remember there was a point in time where he would play and then every other game he would come out and we would ask Stefanski he's going to play today because he would be kind of injured. And then some days he would, and then they would take him out. Like he came out the Colts game like half, just came out the Colts game halfway through the situation. And there was times where DTR was supposed to play, and he tells him on Sunday that he's going to play because they didn't know if Deshaun Watson was going to play. So to me, I have not even seen enough consistent football to even know what his baseline is as a Cleveland Brown.
Yeah.
I haven't.
And he's 2 years older now than when we saw him last.
It wasn't like he was out there throwing the ball 400 times or like everything was like an incomplete grade. So in terms of what I'm going to see now, I have no clue. Like, that's where the intrigue comes from. What I would hope to see is him showing that he's a veteran and, hey, can you get guys and have some sustained drives? I don't want to go 3 and out the first drive. And I want to see you be able to come in and get some points in a 2-minute drill because they're going to let you run that. But for me, don't throw a bunch of picks, look like the timing is solid, and look like you're a veteran. You know what's going on. I would like to see that, Earl.
I mean, for me, I'm not expecting anything. I think I'm looking for certain things. Like G just said, it's been a long time since we seen Deshaun Watson play. I think it was, October 2024, the last time he was on the football field in any capacity. I think for me, the only thing I'm really looking for is, does he have the feel of the game? I've been the person that sat here on several occasions and said, if he was to be named the starting quarterback, you're talking about 2 stints of 700 plus days between playing professional football at the highest level. And so I've always just questioned, does Deshaun Watson still have the feel for the game? Is the speed of the game too much for him? And so you got to crawl before you walk. Pretty sure there'll be some nerves, some anxiousness there because he hasn't played for an extended period of time. But get out there, get your feet wet. Hopefully the speed of the game is not too fast for you. Hopefully you get a feel, you get into some rhythm and not turn the football over. That you are leading all quarterbacks in interceptions through training camp. So those would be the things that I'm looking for. But as far as expectations, Jay, they are little to none.
Yeah, my expectations are for him to be rusty because of what you guys just said. He hasn't touched a football field in almost 2 full years. The rust builds up. We saw that when he tried to come back from his first long hiatus. Think about it. It's really uncommon that a quarterback his young age would have the equivalent of almost 5 seasons in his career where he didn't play. And that almost never happens.
The only person I can think about is Michael Vick. But even Mike,
but I don't think Mike
when
was
he went
even
to jail,
5 years.
It wasn't 5. I think it was maybe 2,
2 or 3, maybe.
Maybe, and he came, but that's Vic.
Nobody's had 2
It doesn't
stints,
happen.
though.
It don't happen.
Now,
like that.
in Michael's case, he came back and he had some moments.
Yeah, he
really did. He still had to spin on the football. He had some shine.
Fast.
He looked good. He really never got and stayed at the heights that we thought he might. But again, it was later in his life and career, and he had taken time away from the game. We talk about football as being commonplace and habitual for these guys. But when you're away from something, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's going on air. whatever it is, if you're away from something for that long of a time, there's going to be some rust that builds up, and there's going to be some time between sharp performances. He's got to knock that off. I don't know if he'll do it entirely in this first preseason game. I expect that he'll be a bit clunky. I expect he may have some early overthrows, because what happens when you get into a game and you're ramped up, you tend to put a little too much on the ball and it sails. I wouldn't be surprised if he threw a pick on an overthrow at some point early in his time tomorrow night. But by the end of it, I expect to see him to get into a rhythm. I think it will take some time, maybe a quarter plus. Like you, I don't want to see a 3 and out. I think that first series is critical that they do not go 3 and out, because I think that's a bad tone setter.
Yeah.
And you want to get your guys, same thing when Shedeur starts, call plays for him that will allow him to move the sticks early in that first drive, because it is demoralizing if after all of this camp, you go out there, run 3 plays, and you're going right back to the bench.
Man, Jay, I remember, and this is, maybe I'm just a stupid football junkie and I watch way too much, but I remember when Deshaun Watson played his first preseason game with the Browns.
Against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And he came out and it was,
ugly.
Your boy, what's his name? The kid from Auburn that only ran reverses. Schwartz.
Anthony Schwartz.
So Deshaun Watson comes and throws a deep comeback, hits Anthony Schwartz in the mouth, drops down, and then they throw it to him again. He drops another one. They get another penalty, and by that time they're punched. And I'm like, this looks nasty, and it was horrible. And then we was like, okay, well we'll see what it looks like. Then he came back against the Houston Texans. Remember, Deshaun Watson came back to play in Houston.
Yeah,
and he was just running around. I was like,
it's funny you bring that up, because to both of you all's point, I think about that. When he first made his Cleveland Browns debut, and I'm talking before all the injuries, you can see the rust. You can see the lack of muscle memory then, because he made the choice on his own to sit out the previous season before he even got the 11-game suspension. And so you could just see those first couple games with the Browns, like the speed of the game was too much. His timing was off. The feel for the game was off. And you go on, and then he gets injured. And so you come to the next season, Kevin Stefanski makes the decision not to play him in preseason. And the very first time we see him against Dallas, he looks horrible.
Yes.
And so, Todd Monken is really doing him a favor by allowing him to get out here, get his feet wet, play some preseason games. We all know it's a quarterback battle, all that. So, of course, he's playing. But it's been a long time since we've seen Deshaun Watson play football. And I think the only expectation you should have is rust. Now, if he plays way above our expectations, we are Browns fans. That's great for all of us.
Great for the team.
That's a great building block to build off of. But I think you got to keep that stuff really, really low at this point.
Yeah. Now, here's what we can't see. Okay, I'll start and swing it back around to you guys. What we can't see is mechanical failures. And by that, I mean slow getting out of the huddle, taking stupid lineup penalties, taking a timeout because the delay, the play clock is ticking down, interceptions, turnovers. We cannot see any of that, because that's what everybody is going to look for and say, oh, it's the same old Deshaun Watson. He's got a rare chance, guys. And I'm not saying he's going to do it, because I think the odds are way stacked against him. If he does, it will be the story of the season. But he does have a chance to do something that, quite frankly, none of us thought he'd get a chance to do. When the Achilles was tore, we all on the whole panel, every panel we had, oh, that's it, he's done. He's done. He'll never take another snap with the Cleveland Browns. Here he is, through great perseverance and hard work. He is back in the Browns huddle. He is the preseason Game 1 starter. He gets a chance that no one thought he would get. Sometimes in life, guys hit home runs in those at-bats they're not supposed to get. Mm-hmm. So he has an opportunity that I'm not even sure he thought he was going to get. Don't fumble it away. Don't throw interceptions. Try to play within yourself. Don't try to do too much, because that's a possibility too. He may think he needs to hit home run shots every time he drops back to throw, because he's got to prove to everybody that he can still be that dude. So what I think he can't do is just the clunkiness, the slow getting out of the huddle, and turnovers. Avoid that, and I think he'll be okay.
You know, you mentioned the opportunity that he's getting. I think we've all tried to bury his career several different times. And you talk about perseverance and just continuing to get opportunities to show what you can do. I think that is the story of Deshaun Watson, especially over the last couple of years. You talk about the shoulder injury. People thought it was over with after that. You talk about the Achilles injuries. It's over after that. We all seen what happened when he was carted off that football field. We all heard what the owner said. And so here we are in real time with Deshaun Watson with the opportunity to earn a Brown starting quarterback job and hopefully get some type of squeeze out of whatever that's there. You know, is the odds stacked against him? Yes, I think he's motivated. I think he's hungry for this opportunity. But motivation, hunger, and all those emotional things that we use internally to rev us up, it won't matter if he go out here and he doesn't seize the moment. So, yeah, don't turn the football over. We've seen a lot of procedural issues from all the quarterbacks throughout camp. It would be nice not to see those things carry over into real games. And so those are the things that I will be looking for.
For me, this thing tells me, you know, a lot of people, what I've learned in this whole situation with this quarterback battle, a lot of people will say they want competition, but that's not it. It's all cap. Y'all, people don't want no competition. Like, people like, yeah, I'm all for the comp. No. You want the path of least resistance. Because at every moment, people will take Shedeur Sanders and say, eliminate him. Deshaun Watson, eliminate him. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to see it. Just give it. Nah, bro. This is what football is about. And we actually getting to the point where this is why we do this. This is why we play the games. It's competition. You got your opportunity. And you say what you want. The Browns gave him a chance. The Browns gave Shedeur Sanders an opportunity because there's a lot of people that said, cut Deshaun Watson, take the hit. A lot of people said, get rid of Shedeur Sanders, get him out of here. He's not worth the limit isn't worth the squeeze. Guess what? Now, some people said, we don't even want to see Dylan Gabriel. He's third round pick, get him out of here. But guess what? I did say all three of these guys will be in camp, and all three of these guys is here. Now it's an opportunity for you to go out and actually earn your job and put it on the line. That's the only thing you can ask for as a football player is give me the opportunity, let me do my thing, and then let my tape speak for what my narrative is. Let my tape speak, not the narrative stuff. So Deshaun Watson will get an opportunity. But then again, guess what? Shedeur Sanders is going to get an opportunity today too. And so when you look at this first game, it's a catch-22 for Mr. Watson. He can come out here and cook, or he can come out here and look subpar, and then it's like it's going to the next guy. So if you if you don't play well and Shedeur comes in the third quarter and starts cooking, now guess what? That thing can switch right now. Because if you ask me personally, I think that there are people that really want him to play. But now he got to go back and get those people ammunition to say, this is why we think he should start.
What all Browns fans should want, and I'm not sure they do because I agree with you, I think there are people that feel like it's best for their narrative that one player wins the job. I think that's complete and total hogwash. I got to tell you guys this, and I don't think this is going to happen. But if Dylan Gabriel is the best of the three, he needs to be the starter.
If he cooks,
that's it.
If he do it.
If Shedeur Sanders is the best of these three, there's your starter. And if Deshaun Watson is the best of these three, he's your starter. The competition really, for me, gets real tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I know there's hay in the barn. I get all of that.
Yep.
But for me, I want to see what happens when the cameras are on, when the lights are on, and when they're facing real bullets. And we are going to figure out which of these three is best equipped to move this team. And whoever that is, and I don't care who it is, that's who we have to get behind as our starting quarterback. And let's go and see what we can finish up the season.
Let me stand on the merits. And guess what? I love national TV because everybody get to see.
Everybody will be watching. All right, we're going to take a break. Zadarius Smith worked out yesterday for the Browns.